Yes, sir. Let's go. Welcome to Chatterbox with your boy Joey X3. We are here today with my boy Christopher Munoz.
What's good, my guy? What's up, family? How
What
you?
up, man?
Chilling.
You already know what this is about. This is about it's Chatterbox. Like if you want self-help, if you want to improve yourself, you want to get motivated, inspiration. This is where you want to be. This is the people you want to tune into, contact with. We here. We working.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Today's gonna be a wild one. It's gonna be a very wild one. So, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Look at this man. Yes, sir. Christopher Munoz, man. Where you from, dog? Where you from?
Well, it's a crazy story. I was born in the Dominican Republic. I was born in Rincon La Vega. It's a very, very poor town.
Okay.
To be honest, it's a town where kids don't even have the proper nutrition to be able to grow, right? Like you'll see like a 15-year-old and you probably think he's probably 9 because they don't have the proper nutrition nor the resources to be able to grow properly. After I came from the DR, I actually came to Washington Heights in New York City.
Okay.
So I'm also from Washington Heights and also Harlem as well. So
okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And jumping around. Oh man, it must have been tough. Like DR, 15 years old, like lacking nutrition.
Yeah, bro. It's like that. It's real out there, bro.
It's like
real.
that. So
100%.
when you got here, you got here from over there. Your mindset was already like you're on go time.
I was motivated.
So what age did you get here?
When I was 8.
8.
Yeah.
So you were there for some time.
Yeah, and I grew up in the hood in DR, right? I grew up in a neighborhood where you'll see somebody fighting with 2 machetes in the middle of the street.
That's insane. And that's humbling.
Off rip, right? So when I came to the US, I knew that I had to become somebody that can empower others, and I knew that I had to be in position to help my family out too. So
that's for sure.
I came with that fire since I was a little boy.
So when you got here, you said you went to y'all went straight to the Heights? Yeah. Did you have family? Did you have family there?
Nah, it was just mainly my mom, my dad at the time when he was still there, and then my brother. And then my dad, he left us when I was 12. So after that, my brother and I, we had to work at 12 years old.
Damn. So 8, you got here at 8. Your dad left you at 12.
At 12. Yeah.
That's 4 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's like,
yeah.
That's kind of not – you kind of – after 4 years, you're not really even settled in, especially
not
even 12-year-old.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So how was that? How did you go about going to school? Like, how was school? Did you go to school when you came
here? Yeah. I mean, school was great. I was always really good when it comes to studies, so I was straight A student, but not having that guidance there from a father figure was definitely tough.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
And also the language barrier, right? I only knew Spanish. So having to get acclimated with English was also tough as well.
So you came here no English?
No English, nothing. But I was so, I guess, smart, and I had good grades that they skipped me 2 grades.
What?
So me and my brother, we were always, my bigger brother, we were always in the same class. So I was always hanging around the big boys,
That is cool.
And I was the youngin' part, so I was able to absorb knowledge from them, and I was able to implement that back into what I do.
For sure.
100%.
So when you got to the Heights, how was the area?
It was tough, bro. It's still tough today, but back then it was even worse.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Shootings, stabbings. I mean, there's definitely an area that has definitely gotten better, but it was infested with drugs and violence.
Okay.
So as a kid, when I was a kid and when I came here, honestly, and it's sad to say this, but unconsciously, I idolized white people.
Okay.
Why is that? It's because when I grew up there, the only people you will see in suits, driving nice cars, or in position were white people.
Yeah.
So unconsciously, we correlate success with a race, not knowing that we can also be in position as well. So, I mean, when I was a kid, I was telling God, just exploit the time so that I can grow up and put in work.
Yeah. So that's a lot to take in.
Yes,
especially like you coming from another country, right? To a place you had never been to.
Yes.
Starting from the ground up. For, like the language barrier itself.
It was tough.
It's crazy.
It was tough.
So you came from one bad place, or
bad place to another bad place. Yes, sir.
To another bad place.
Yeah.
And then which made you the person you are today.
Who I am today, right? So just that drive, bro. Seeing families living paycheck to paycheck, I knew that was not the way to live, right?
Okay.
Seeing kids that are young, seeing other people deal drugs and know about drugs at such a young age, that's not the way to live. You know, our neighborhoods having fucked up credit. That's not the way to live. Families not investing in the stock market because they don't have the knowledge nor the guidance. That's not the way to live.
That's right.
So that's the paradigm that we're used to living in, bro. And it's sad, right? And again, these are things that other people won't talk about because they feel like they're going to get judged. I don't care about being judged.
That's right.
Right? I'm bold enough and brave enough to say that we need to do better as a community. There are people that succeed, but they're moving as an individual. We need to move as a whole.
Yeah.
And that's what we need back into our neighborhoods.
So what do you suggest? Is that something like a mindset? Do you gotta adjust your mindset, or do you just gotta up and leave and like, all right, I'm out, I'm gonna run away? And
it's a mindset shift, right? It's you versus you. And again, this is something that I say every single day. And those that follow me know that I talk about you versus you.
Okay.
The only obstacle from you growing is yourself.
Okay.
Is the negative mindset in your head. Is the doubt within you. That's what's stopping you. And my life changed once I told myself, I believe in myself. Each and one of us here, we all have the genius to be better. We all have the genius to empower people. We all have the genius to reach monumental heights. But how do you do that? By, facing fear, by feeling discomfort. In anything you're doing in this world, you are going to feel uncomfortable. Any habit, if it's, for example, let's say I want to wake up earlier. 5 a.m. is my goal. The first day you try to wake up at 5 a.m., it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
So the problem is that when people face, adversity, or they try out a new opportunity, the first time that adversity hits them in the mouth, they run. Seriously. That's a fact. Big fact. They go to the next opportunity. How come you don't see people always going from opportunity to opportunity? They're just bouncing around. Why? It's because you lack consistency. Mm-hmm. You lack discipline. You lack mastery. That's why I tell people, if I'm going to try something, I'm going to try to be the best at it. If not, I'm going to just stay home and chill. It's life or death for me, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I like that.
I'm trying to be the best at whatever I do. If it's stock, I'm trying to be the best. If it's, business career, I'm trying to be the best. I'm trying to be the subject matter expert in whatever I focus on. So just that mindset right there really got me to where I'm at today.
So what do you advise people to do as far as so they adjust their mindset, mm-hmm. right? When their mindset is adjusted, depending on where they at, what should they do? What should they do next? What are the steps after adjusting your mindset? All right, cool. I adjusted my mindset. Now what?
They got to find something that they're actually passionate about. Mm. Passion is where it's at. If you're passionate about something, it's never going to feel like a job. That's right. Right? So that's, for example, you right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
You love doing this.
I love this.
This is your platform. You're bringing people to talk on your platform. You're passionate about this. Right now, this is you living. Mm-hmm. You're living life right now. Yeah. So I tell people, find something that you're passionate about, and I promise you, your life will definitely change. Once you find that industry or that concept, you got to stay militant. You got to stay disciplined to your goal, right? And again, it takes a lot of mental toughness to get there. But at the end of the day, it's you versus you, and you have to understand that you have to run towards fear. Whatever scares you, that holds your greatest worth.
Okay. So let's dig. So I want to dig more into you versus you.
Let's get it.
I want to hear this versus you.
Yes,
like
sir.
I want to hear the whole outline about it.
Yes, sir.
You versus you. Like, what is it? You now or you later or you before? You know what I'm saying?
Great question. No, it's you versus you. Is that in order for you to become the you later, you have to beat the you now, mm-hmm. right? For example, he's not gonna tell me, you know what, Chris, wake up at 5 a.m. and go to and hit the gym. Nah, I gotta tell it to myself. It's me versus me. I'm not competing with no one else. I tell people, stay in your own lane. Don't compete with no one else. If someone has more success than you, why envy them? Applaud them.
That's right.
Applaud them. Respect them. Give them gratitude. Give them their flowers while they're still here. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people, it's you versus you. Why? Because you're trying to become someone better. You're trying to get to the next iteration of yourself. You have to beat yourself right now, mm-hmm. right? It's going to be those times. For example, let's say if you just want to get in shape, right? Yeah. You want to get in shape. You're into fitness. It's a new year, new me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right now, every year, right? New year, new me. Well, you have to understand that even those days where you come home from work and you're sore and you're tired, those are the most important days for you to show up. Those are the days that you got to say, you know what, the small steps, the small increments that I put in today are going to put me in a better position tomorrow. Yeah. And I tell people it only takes 6 months of laser focused work for you to be unrecognizable to other people.
That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
So why do you think people fail though?
People fail because they are not consistent. They think that things are easy. Every single person that's out here, every great hero, for example, Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying?
That's amazing.
Steve Jobs, all these big top CEOs, and even leaders in our own community, they're just bold enough and brave enough. And they're actually respecting back to their values, and they know that they can make it. They have that deep belief. It's one thing to say, I believe in myself, but it's another thing to actually feel it. When you have faith in yourself, there's nothing that can actually stop you in this world. Nothing.
That's powerful.
It's powerful, bro.
That is powerful. That is the mindset. That's 100%. How you change the mindset.
That's how you change it.
So what let's see. What do you think? Like, should people build their credit? Should they save money? To change the position that they're in. Yeah. Like, a lot of my viewers and listeners may not be in the best position, and I'm targeting people, to want to be better and change.
Definitely.
If we could give them some advice, what advice would you give them?
The first thing is to get out of debt. If you have debt, that is going to follow you wherever you go. If you apply for a car, if you apply for a home, that's definitely going to come up. So the first thing is to get rid of that debt. After that, what you want to do is if you don't have credit, you want to start building credit, right? One of the best ways to do that is to get a secure credit card. Okay. That is the best way to do it. Something else that I have to, demystify while I'm on here. If you come from where we come from, I know for a fact you probably have heard your mom or your dad say, "Don't check your credit report; it's going to drop your score."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
All the time. That's old school. That's old school. That's the truth.
And it's crazy because I heard that in my entire life. Don't check your credit report. If you check your credit report, it's going to drop you some points. That's definitely a lie. It's not a fact.
Myth busted right there.
That's definitely a myth.
Crazy.
What I want you to do, and I encourage every single person to do, is to check your credit report. If you want to get deep when it comes to credit, understand the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Also look at the 15 USC 1681 law, and you're able to understand exactly what these laws mean. Right? If you check your credit report, you're able to see whether or not there are any inaccuracies on your credit report. More than oftentimes, these banks and these credit bureaus, they definitely mess up and they'll put something fake on your credit report. But because you don't have the knowledge nor the guidance to do that, you're just going to go on about life, have that inaccuracy. And then every time you apply for a new car or a new home, you're going to have that inaccuracy that maybe it's a collection account that's probably not even yours. Or a bankruptcy that's not even yours. And that's hindering you from getting to the next spot in your life. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing is to get rid of debt, understand credit, start building your credit, look at your credit report, dispute anything on there that is not accurate. And then definitely save some money. Save some money, and whatever you make off your income, and invest it back into the stock market. Right?
So you got a whole system. So definitely fix your credit.
Yes, sir.
Check.
Yep.
Save money.
Yep.
Check. How much should we save though? What are you thinking? What are some numbers? We need numbers.
It really depends, right? But it's sad to say that you got people that are 40, 50-year-olds in our neighborhoods that barely got 10K. That barely got 5K.
That is crazy.
I think that on average, like the U.S. adult barely has less than 3K in savings.
Never.
Right? So let's say a market crash happens, like the pandemics happens. What are you going to do? And you got kids to feed, and you got to put money on the table. It's hard, So I really feel like the pandemic, it was definitely a drastic event, but it really woke people up.
Definitely did.
You can't live on one source of income.
You can't.
Right? You got to think about sources of income like this table, right? This table got 4 legs, right? If it only had one leg or one source of income, would it be stable? Not at all, right? So the more sources of income you have, the more stable that table is going to be. Yep. That's what you got to strive for. Where even when you're not working, money's still, just coming in.
For sure.
So yeah.
So how many? It might get a little personal.
Nah, let's get it.
How many sources of income you have?
Right now, I have well over 9.
9. So 9. You're getting money from 9 different places.
Yeah, 100%. And this is coming. This is just straight up just cash flow. Like Yesterday was Saturday. I didn't work yesterday. 5K came in just automatically.
Okay, so
Right,
where you work at?
Great question. So I do a lot of things. I work at Microsoft. I am a product manager, so I am in tech. I do have to say that me focusing in tech, and thanks to Microsoft, that has allowed me to provide for my family, and also allowed me to invest in in stocks and crypto and real estate and things like that. So at Microsoft, I focus on cybersecurity. For those that are getting into college and you're young and you're applying for college, definitely take a look at cybersecurity. On average, the average salary a year is $100K, so it's definitely a high paying career.
Yeah,
Highly recommend that. You don't see folks like us in cybersecurity, so we definitely need to get our community to get into cybersecurity and to get into tech. Aside from that, I am a CEO and founder of Level Up Enterprises. It is a community where we basically provide education when it comes to stocks and when it comes to crypto. So on top of that, I am also CEO and founder of Level Up Algo. It is a proprietary algorithm that teaches you, when to buy and also when to sell. This works for crypto. It works for stocks. It works for futures. It works for Forex. So that is a software as a service company that I also own. I got a credit repair company called CM Financial Solutions, where again, we do credit repair, we do credit building, and we also do business funding. And then lastly, I have an Airbnb business in the Dominican Republic. So those are the different businesses that I currently have. Thank to the Lord. So.
You're a jack of all trades. You're a jack of all trades.
I tell people, like my grandfather, he used to tell me, you got to be a Renaissance person. Mm-hmm. So, somebody that could do it all, right? And you got to have an appetite for learning. Even when it comes to podcasts, like I try to learn how does this work? Because you never know.
Yeah.
Right. The more you learn, the more you earn. And that's just what it is. And especially now in this digital world.
I'm taking that. The more you say that again.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
The more you know.
100%. 100%. Yes, sir.
For sure.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
taking that. I'm gonna write that down.
Write that down.
I'm gonna write that down. Matter of fact, later on, I'm gonna
review
this, take my notes. Every time someone comes on the show, like after I review it, I take notes.
Yeah, 100%.
Pass it on.
Yeah.
So all right. What is the best source of income that you have?
Right now, I'll say the Level Up Algo. Yeah. It's a brand new company. We launched end of October. I mean, there's so many different traders or people that are trying to get into trading, right? It takes time to understand how to trade. Mm-hmm. It takes time to understand how to read a stock chart, how to read a crypto chart. So technical analysis can take anyone from 1 to 2 years to learn. We expedite that learning by providing you a tool that automatically does the analysis for you. It tells you when to buy, it tells you when to sell. And again, it works across various different markets. So you can use it for stocks, you can use it for futures, you can use it for Forex. I got people that are using the Level Up Algo and they're putting in $1,000 into their Forex account. And in 2 weeks, they've grown it up to 20, 50K with the alerts that are provided with the Algo. So again, this is a tool that can create wealth for other people. And that makes me proud of myself and also my team as well, because now we're giving you a tool that can be used for a lifetime. Mm-hmm. The way that we sell the Level Up Algo is not as a subscription-based product. You pay one time, that tool is yours forever. And then you could pass that tool down to your kids and someone else, so that they could also eat off that tool as well.
So that has to do with like trading, right?
Yeah, trading. Okay. Trading and also investments as well.
Investment. Mm-hmm. What do you suggest as far as investments?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people want to invest. A lot of people, there's some people who save, got some money to save.
Yeah.
What do you suggest they invest in? Because everyone 100%. Does their own. Everyone has their own lane. You know, some people would invest in stocks. Some people would invest in option trading.
Yep.
NFTs, gold. I invest in gold.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is the most lucrative thing to invest in?
Yeah. So it really depends on the style and the scope and the goal behind your investments, right? So for example, people that do options trading, you're probably trying to make money every single day. Mm-hmm. But most of us, again, our community, what we need is ownership. Yeah. We need ownership of shares where they can say, you know what? I have 1,000 shares of Apple. I have 1,000 shares. I own 1,000 shares of Amazon or 100 shares, whatever, that I could pass down to my, to my family, to my generation. So what I tell people all the time, you first want to focus on long-term wealth. right? So you want to focus on how can I invest today so that in 20, 30 years, I have a good chunk of money that I can use. And of course, I could also pass it down to my family. So building wealth is definitely the key. I definitely recommend people to look at an ETF. An ETF is a exchange traded fund. So this is for those that are definitely beginners, you want to invest in an ETF. An ETF is basically where instead of you just buying Amazon as a single company, you're investing into a basket of stocks. So if you look at the SPY, the SPY, it tracks the top 500 companies in the US, right? You can invest in things like VOO, VOO, or if not VTI. Where these are ETFs that are powered by Vanguard, right? So instead of just purchasing one share of Amazon, you're purchasing a basket of stocks. So you're purchasing Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, the heavy hitters, right? The companies that are going to be there forever, the companies that are always going to give you some good return. Yeah. Right. So by investing in ETF, you're investing in the best companies in the world.
That's crazy.
And then on top of that, and sorry to cut you off.
No, bro.
By investing, and this is what I want everybody, especially people that come from less privileged neighborhoods, I want you to understand this. By investing in the stock market, you basically have the best CEOs in the world working for you. You got the best executives working for you, trying to make your money grow.
How's that?
That's a no-brainer.
How so?
How so? Why? Because look, for example, and actually I'll pull it up right now. Just give me one quick second.
No problem.
If we look at Microsoft did a 35% return in just 1 year.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So let's say, for example, if somebody invested $10,000 into Amazon, that entire year, they basically had Microsoft and Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella working for them, making their money grow. That's a no-brainer. Why? And again, this is how we got to change the paradigm. We're so used to the paradigm that we're in, living paycheck to paycheck, that we don't really realize what's in front of us. I got a question here for everybody. Let's say, I don't know, is your mama immigrant or no?
No.
Okay, so my mama is definitely a immigrant. If my mom, when she came to the U.S., if someone told her, listen, the first $1,000 you make, it's going to be tough for you to save that up, but the first $1,000 you make, invest it into Apple. Back then.
That'd probably be like, what?
Right now, that $1,000 would have been turned into $500,000, maybe $1 million. But again, we never got that guidance. We never had that information. So this right now is very new to us. So us, where we come from, we're the ones that are doing things on trial and error.
Yeah.
But this is the information that we have to give back to our community so that those that are coming after us, they don't make the same mistakes that we made. So
that's right.
Yes, sir.
So with those $1,000, so with those, all right. How about this?
Mm-hmm.
If you have $1,000,
yeah,
what are you gonna do with that? As a matter of fact, if you had $100,
okay,
how many people you think could come up with $100?
Yeah, a lot of people.
A lot of people. If you had $100 right now, right, and you needed money, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna invest it.
Yeah.
How would you flip that $100? How would you make the $100 into, I don't know.
Let's say $1,000.
$1,000.
Right.
Yeah. How would you do that?
Yeah. So because my goal is more of a short-term goal. Mm-hmm. All I'm trying to do is just make my $100 to $1,000. I'm definitely gonna trade. I'll probably trade Forex or trade options on it. Mm-hmm. Right. So I wouldn't go the long-term investment route. Right. Because people gotta understand. And again, shout out to Ian Dunlap, the master investor. He talks about this. In order for you to achieve generational wealth when you invest into the stock market and you're holding shares, you have to hold for a generation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no way in the long-term game that you're going to get to a portfolio of $1 million, $3 million in 2 months. It's not going to happen.
Holding shares, yeah. No.
Yeah, right? So trading, because that goal of going from 100 to 1,000 is more of a short-term goal, I'll just trade options. Or if not, I'll just trade Forex all day, which I've seen people turn $900 to $1 million.
So
trading Forex.
That's crazy. Those are some numbers.
Yeah.
Let's talk numbers.
Let's talk numbers.
Let's talk numbers. 6 figs. That's you.
Yeah, I did that at the age of 20.
20?
Yeah, I graduated. So when I went to college, I went to Michigan State University. Shout out to MSU, go green. I went there at the age of 16. So I was 16. Like I told you, I've always been around people that were way older than me. So when I was 16, people thought that I was 18, 19 because of my maturity level.
Yeah.
You know? So
Let's stop. Yeah, I'm going to stop you there. Oh, you went to MSU?
Michigan State University. Yes, sir.
Michigan State University. That D1?
That's D1.
At 16?
At 16 years old. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I did that because I knew that I had to get away from New York City and see what's outside of New York City to realize my potential and what's out there, and then what can I bring back into my neighborhood? You see what I'm saying? So, like, for example, I have a nonprofit organization called One Day at a Time. I'm a mentor, and I have other mentors there, where we basically are able to foster a relationship with those that are, coming up, 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, that they don't really know about, the things that we're into. So we're trying to provide that one-to-one mentorship to get them to a point where they can be in position as well. Yep.
That's crazy. So back to the numbers, because everyone wants to know numbers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Me, and I'm a little nosy too. I want to know some numbers. Like, I want to see where, if I do what you're doing, if I follow your footsteps or your plan, or even you said you have Discords and stuff. If I follow that, like, this is I want to be surrounded by people like you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Like, it's like statistics. The numbers are there.
Yeah.
So your numbers. How many businesses you own?
Right now, so there's five businesses.
5 businesses.
Yep.
All right. How can I put this without getting any personal? Are they making money?
Yeah, they're making money.
They're making bread.
It's to the point that when I first got into this entrepreneur, again, I was always working just at Microsoft, and again, I was making 6 figures there at a very young age, at the age of 20, right? So imagine coming out of Washington Heights, getting into tech. Now I'm at Microsoft. I'm traveling the world, presenting at key conferences for Microsoft, learning about tech, getting deep. Now I'm getting a name in the community of tech. Like, if you Google me, Christopher Munoz Microsoft, you'll see all of my presentations that I've done overseas in London, in Guatemala, in Barbados. You'll see all of my different articles, right? I went from that because I knew that, finance is definitely the pain when it comes to where we come from. And that's where I got into stocks and crypto and stuff like that. But at the beginning, when it comes to trading, all I wanted to do was just make an extra $10K a month. And things changed rapidly. Like, it got to a point where I was making $10K a week and then $10K a day. Now I make $10K in a couple hours. So that, hopefully that gives you a better understanding.
That puts a lot into perspective.
Yeah.
That puts a lot into perspective.
Yeah.
So you making bank, bro. You're making a lot of money, money, great money. Thank
the Lord with the guidance and the team that I have. Yes, and some of these businesses, they're hitting 6 figures a month right now.
What is the most? Which one do you promote the most? Which is your favorite business?
The Level Up Algo.
Okay, let's get into that.
Yeah,
exactly, because you touched up on it, but I feel like people don't know exactly what it is, because you showed me.
Yeah, I showed you.
You showed me, and I ain't gonna lie, he gave me a little discount, whatever. But that's what comes with this.
Yes, sir.
But that is crazy. Let's touch up on that a little bit.
Yeah. So again, as I said before, like, it's a big challenge when you're trying to get people into trading, how to read a stock chart, the technicals, support and resistance, trend lines, and stuff like that. So that this could be very, very new. And again, it could take time to learn. So I always tell people, if you're going to create a company or a business, you got to make sure that business has some sort of pain, right? That there's some sort of suffering there, right? So for example, in our community, there's suffering when it comes to finances. For that reason, helping my community get into trading in a more expedited way is definitely the goal. So Level Up Algo is a trading software that tells you when to buy and sell. It tells you automatic support and resistance. It does automatic trend lines for you. It does automatic technical analysis on your behalf. All you got to do is just pull up the chart, wait for one of the signals, take the trade, profit, exit, go to the coffee shop, and enjoy your day.
So that's like a cheat code.
This is a cheat code. Right, the Level Up Algo is definitely a cheat code, and something to add on top of that. We're not trying to retain people. Other indicators, other algos, they have a monthly subscription. Level Up Algo is a lifetime tool. You pay one time, you have that for life. You can give that to someone else.
Yeah.
Also, on top of that, Level Up Algo is tax deductible.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
So, Mom, you pay the price.
You paid the price
one time.
For
your whole life.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, you get the discount. Like,
tax deductible. You can write that off. 100%.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
you guys are doing it.
yeah, and again, it's a lot of code, and what really brought that idea to my head is because of my previous experience at Microsoft and working there as a product engineer, right? So now I'm building a software as a service company, which for those that are entrepreneurs or youngins that are trying to get into this industry, I highly recommend you to pursue the business model of software as a service. There's barely any overhead when you have a SaaS company, right? Something else, I outsource. Most of my engineers and developers, they're out of India, right? So I have now like a global company where I have employees and my team, they're in India. I also got business partners that are also here in the US.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, people need to be around people like you.
I appreciate that.
And I'm dead serious. Like, why not? All right, so just think about it. If I surround myself with you, I'm sure, you being the position that you're in, you surround yourself with other people like you, like-minded
that
people.
are better than me, 100%. You got to surround yourself with people that are better than you.
For sure.
Right? The people that I surround myself with me, I think I'm broke of how successful they are.
That's crazy.
Right?
I know that feeling.
And the influence that they have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and again, I try to learn from that. And I try to learn from every experience that I have. Right? Because every experience that you have can definitely, you can learn from it and implement that back into your business or whatever, passion you have.
That's great.
Yes, sir.
That's great, man. Do you guys do any you said you did a nonprofit?
Yeah.
And you did, what was that about?
Yeah, so the nonprofit is called One Day at a Time, and the whole scope behind that is to really give that one-on-one mentorship. I feel like we have a lot of talent where we come from. It's just that there's just no guidance, right? In the hood, bro, there's money in the hood.
Yeah.
There's just lack of guidance and lack of information. That's what we don't get anywhere, right? So One Day at a Time is really form a family. It's not even a community. It's a family where we're trying to get people that are in college, people that are in high school, people that are in middle school, and they don't know what trading is. If I started trading when I was 14, 15, I wouldn't be working.
That's right.
Right? So if I knew this information earlier, that could definitely change the sentiment of my life and also my family. Because think about this, thank the Lord, I was able to retire my mom at the age of 20. So my mom hasn't worked.
It's a blessing.
God bless. And that was my goal. Like, coming from a single parent home, seeing my mom struggle, even have 2 jobs at a time to feed my brother and I, that got me that fire. Like, I need to get it. It's life or death. There's no option. I'm gonna succeed regardless. Like, that's how I am. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very aggressive, but that's how I am. I just gotta succeed. There's no option.
How old are you right now?
I'm 27 right now.
27?
Yes, sir. I'm 27.
So let's do this. So from 9, so you moved here 8, right?
Yeah.
8 to 12. Like, the timeline, it's crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
Like, everything's happening so fast. Think about it.
Yeah.
8 to 12, you moved here. Mm-hmm. Your dad left.
Yep.
At 12. At 16,
yep.
You came here at 8, not knowing any English.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And at 16, you're going to college. Not just any college.
Yes, sir. Michigan State University.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
And they have very good programs there.
Very good programs. I love Michigan State University.
And then, so 16 to 20.
I'm in college, grinding.
You retired your mom. You work for Microsoft. And now you're only 27 years old.
I'm 27.
Probably best shape in your life.
Yeah.
You grinding.
I'm grinding, still on the grind.
And making this paper.
And trying to get back the knowledge from my neighborhood.
All right. So there's nothing special behind you. You ain't got no superpowers, none of that.
There's nothing special. It's just believe in faith and consistency. That's what it is. And that's what people lack. That's why, for example, my circle is very, very tight, very, 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 very small. Like, I only hang around people like you guys, well-minded people that have a goal. I don't hang around with people that, don't have a purpose in his life. Yeah. And I do believe every single person has a purpose in his life. It's just that some people, it may be late to them to realize that. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
So with that being said, you think like anyone could change their life no matter what age?
100%. Anyone. It just has to have a plan. You got to have a plan. What are you trying to change? Ask yourself that.
Yeah.
What are you trying to change? How can I be better? Trust me, I've spoken to people and they have told me, I know that I could do better. I know that I have the genius to be great. then what is it? It's lack of execution. If you don't execute, ain't shit gonna work for you. If you don't work, ain't shit gonna do, bro, there's nothing that's gonna work for you.
Yeah.
If you, for example, let's say you start doing crypto trading. If you don't put in the time to learn about crypto trading, are you gonna make profits? Are you gonna become profitable?
No.
There's no way.
People are just solely.
People think that things are so easy. They have that, get rich scheme, type of mindset in their heads. It's not like that. You got to put in that grit every single day.
Yeah.
Right.
People think that they're just gonna wake up.
Yeah.
I pray for times like that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I pray to wake up and I'm just rich, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta grind. I really gotta go out and get it.
You gotta get it.
So that mindset. So nothing special about you, but your energy and your grind.
Yeah, energy. Deep belief that I can be great. And because think about it, bro. If we be frank, to be honest, like everything I said, no one would expect that from a kid from Washington Heights.
At all.
A Dominican kid from Washington Heights.
At all.
No way.
So it must have been crazy. You said, you mentioned a few places that you went and talked, or
yeah.
I guess those are expos.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
So how was that? How was that experience?
It was great, bro.
Spanish guy.
Let me tell you this, bro.
27.
I was in Orlando for a big top event for Microsoft.
All right.
And I always wanted to be in position. Like I always wanted to be the leader, the person that's presenting,
Okay.
I always wanted to be that person. And they put me for my first presentation at one of the biggest Microsoft conferences, which is actually called Microsoft Ignite. And I was doing a presentation. The whole scope was for me to do that presentation with one of my mentors. Mm-hmm. My mentor canceled. So now I got to do it myself in front of a crowd of 1,000 people. I'm 22 years old, bro. 22 years old in front of 1,000 people that are experts. And they're looking at a kid like me, 22 years old, from Dominican Republic, from Washington Heights, from Harlem area, for information.
Right out of school.
And I was nervous, bro. Tough. Like, bro, I was nervous. When I'm telling you I was nervous, bro, I was nervous. Why? It was my first top event. But then I told myself I have to show up and deliver. I gotta deliver.
And ever since then, like, you've done it multiple other times.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's what I tell people all the time. And I was telling you earlier, public speaking is definitely a skill that I think every single person should practice. And here's why I tell you why. These big top companies, they're not going to put someone at the spotlight if they can communicate effectively. If you're an entrepreneur and you're the CEO of your company, you got to know how to communicate your value to your clients to be able to sell.
Deliver the message.
You got to deliver the message, right? So, for example, in high school, do you remember somebody getting up to the class and not knowing how to, properly present?
Oh God,
100%. And you know what's sad? That's gonna come mostly from our people. It's sad to say. And again, to be even more real, to keep it a buck with you, white folks know how to present. White kids know how to present. Why? Because they had that knowledge. They're put into programs, Toastmasters and stuff like that. We unfortunately, we don't have that. So when I got into Microsoft, I told myself, I really want to become a key presenter for Microsoft. So then it got to the point where at home, even in the shower, I was practicing. Welcome, everyone. My name is Christopher Munoz. I'm a program manager at Microsoft. I focus, And it was to the point, I do sleep talk sometimes. My mom tells me that in my sleep, I'm still practicing. But that's the level of laser focused mastery that I go after. I'm trying to be the best. I got to put in the work. You know? So after that one, in Orlando, it got to the point that I was traveling to Barbados to work with the government of Barbados. I was traveling to Guatemala. I was just in London. I was just in Turkey last week. And I'm doing these presentations on behalf of Microsoft, one of the biggest companies in the world.
That's crazy.
And I'm, sort of like their stakeholder when it comes to their conference.
That's crazy. So you came from nothing to something.
To something.
Literally.
And just work.
Because I know a lot of people, they just, they just think it's over,
No.
Like they're in the hood and they're just like, oh yeah, it's over. I'm like, huh.
This is the perfect time.
If you change that mindset, you think if they change their mindset,
and they found something that they're passionate about, bro, we live in a digital world.
That's right.
Look at crypto. There's a whole bunch of coins that come out. You put $1,000 into them and they go crazy.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'll tell you about Shiba. Shiba is a shit coin. It's not like an actual coin when it comes to crypto. Mind you, I don't recommend investing into shitcoins, but I do love risk. So for that reason, I put in money there. My entire team knows about this. We put in $300 a pop, each of us, $300 into Shiba. In a month, we made over $40,000 off of $300 investment.
What?
We live in a digital world. Right now, it is the easiest way to make money online.
That's crazy. Bro.
There's stocks, there's crypto, there's NFTs. There's so many different things that you can actually put your time to and be able to be, to become lucrative when it comes to it.
What do you think about NFTs?
NFTs is the way to go.
Right?
Yeah. NFTs, for those I know that do not know, is a non-fungible token. I know for a fact most people have looked at an NFT or they have heard of an NFT. And to be frank, I'm tired of our people getting left behind. Mm-hmm. So NFT, non-fungible token, is for those people, they consider it just a picture. It's not just a picture. You can't just screenshot that. You could definitely screenshot it, but you don't own it. There's something called blockchain. And blockchain is basically a huge amount of computers that are registering that NFT. So for example, if I create an NFT of, let's say, for example, a picture of this podcast, right? And I sell it. Yeah. That NFT is one of one. Yeah. It's non-fungible. You can exchange that for another NFT, right? What makes the NFT valuable is the utility behind it. Mm. So if you look at, for example, Bored Ape Club, those NFTs are going for millions, $500,000, $200,000. And who do you have there? You have celebrities like Drake, Eminem invested in those different projects. But it's not the monkey that's worth that money. It's the utility behind it. If you buy one of those NFTs, now you're part of a community with the biggest celebrities in the world and the top entrepreneurs in the world. Now I could network with Drake. I could network with Eminem. Some NFTs are getting to the point where if you own an NFT, you get free bottle service at Club Live or, Mr. Jones in Miami. That's how crazy these things are getting. Where where you own an NFT, there's some sort of value behind that NFT that is going to benefit you in the long run.
That's crazy. I know. I actually know someone out in Miami.
Yep.
At Club 11.
11 too, bro. I'll be in Miami every 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm out there.
and I believe, I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on this. Shout out Joey Max. That's my boy. Shout out Joey Max. But he had posted on his Instagram. Yep. And they bought an NFT. It was like some crazy amount.
Bored Ape. It was a Bored Ape Club.
Yeah.
NFT. Yeah. And they bought, I think it was like close to $500,000.
That's insane.
It's crazy. And look at this summer. When I was out in Miami this summer, you could actually pay bottle service in crypto.
What?
Things are changing. People have to wake up. Everybody in the hood watch basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at basketball, who do they have now? Crypto.com.
Lakers. They changed their
whole stadium. It. So what does that mean?
The iconic Staples Stadium changed to Crypto.com.
Yeah.
God damn.
So now the sponsors on the basketball jerseys are Crypto.com, Webull, which is a trading platform. Uh-huh. They also have a Coinbase.
Yeah.
So again, it's right in our eyes what the future is going to be. Mm-hmm. It's going to be cryptocurrency. It's going to be a digital world, aka the metaverse. And it's also going to be NFTs.
So we're in the future, technology is here. I remember being young and like in middle school, and they were like, "Yeah, you want to go, but you got to go to a technical high school like that deals with technology and stuff because technology is the future." And I'm just like, man, when I'm young, you're ASL and you're on AOL texting people like sex location, putting away messages. Yeah. I didn't take it serious.
Yeah,
but we're in a crucial time that technology, I made a post about that too, about social media and how powerful these platforms 100%. Actually are. Mm-hmm. And you from Microsoft, you work for Microsoft. It's just crazy. Yeah. You work for Microsoft. And you can see that company has been around for how long?
Yeah. Decades.
How long? How much longer do you think they're going to be around?
Oh, forever, bro.
They're not going nowhere.
Yeah, Microsoft is investing in the metaverse. Look at what happened this Monday or Tuesday. Microsoft acquired Activision, which is a gaming company.
I heard about that. And you know how I heard about that?
How?
One of my boys was like, what did he say? He said, yeah, Xbox bought what's that game?
Which one?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's how it was. But it's so funny. I just talking about Call of Duty.
Yeah.
What did you say?
So Microsoft bought Activision, the companies that are actually behind it, right? Mm-hmm. So these companies, they're the key players making these big moves when it comes to mergers and also acquisitions to be able to, have a solid footprint when it comes to the, the actual metaverse.
But as far as the metaverse thing, I feel there's gonna come a time where people ain't like, you're not gonna need to go outside anymore. Like, people are not gonna see the physical you, like you and your human flesh. Like, people aren't gonna see you no more, and that's why I'm so into having my social media up to par, because there's gonna be I heard of something called a social credit score, right? So, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, so it's all about how much engagement are you actually getting through your profile, right? So when you look at these big top people and you look at the Instagram algorithm, it's to the point now that before someone working with you, they got to look at how are your metrics, how many engagements are you getting? Are you getting enough likes, enough followers, enough views?
That's real.
Yeah, because somebody could have 50,000 followers, but if only 1,000 are really engaging, is he really valid? No, right? So they're looking at the back end metrics to really understand how active your followers are and what's your influence when it comes to the community.
That's so crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
And these are free platforms. These are free. You do not have to pay a monthly subscription for Instagram nor Facebook. Yes, they use our data.
Or we
100%.
Or freaking Robinhood.
These are free, completely free.
How do they make money?
I mean, they definitely take off fees and stuff like that. When it comes to the different transactions that actually go through, they of course make money. That's their business model. But at the end of the day, you do not have to pay an upfront fee when it comes to using them.
No, that's insane. That's insane. The future's here.
100%.
The future's here, and people gotta press on the gas.
100%. People gotta get on it. Honestly, I'm very, very tired of us being left behind, bro.
That's a fact.
We're always in the sidelines.
That's definitely a fact. So change is here, and change is coming.
Yep.
So with that information, people should definitely invest crypto, invest options, NFTs, not to get left behind. So give us some examples of what are some good examples that people got left behind?
Crypto.
Yeah.
Everybody thought that Bitcoin was a scam, but if you actually understood the use case behind Bitcoin, you would have invested in Bitcoin a long time ago. Right? Yeah. ETH actually, today's the 23rd of January, is at a discount. Why aren't you buying? Right? If you look at, other stuff like NFTs, when NFTs first came out, people thought that it was a joke. Right? Mind you, we had other people that were already doing a whole bunch of stuff with NFTs. Right? But our people, we would rather just sit on the sidelines. It's probably a scam. It's going to take way too much time to learn. And that's the problem. Because we don't want to put in the work and we think that it's going to take a lot of time, that mindset is it's always going to hinder us. Right? So for example, let's say if I say, you have to learn about blockchain technology. Okay. Mind you, learning blockchain technology could definitely help you out, and you can invest in it, and you could do maybe your own project when it comes to that. And that could greatly benefit your life and your family's life in the future. But because you said, nah, I'd rather just sit here, watch the game and watch Netflix and just chill. Yeah. That mindset is going to kill people. And honestly, it is killing our own people.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Your mindset literally.
It's where it's at. That's where it's at.
People just park their ass right in a fucking couch.
Yeah. And if you read every single book, I've read tons of books. And honestly, me reading books got me to where I'm at. I started reading books.
What book do you recommend? What book do you recommend? Like, I need one book that was like a life changer. Like, I read I didn't even read. I'm not a reader. Like, there's something, like, I have ADHD. Like, I cannot sit down and read. I'll read a page and put it away, and read another page and put it away. I can't do this. So I use audiobook.
That's fine.
And I listen to David Goggins.
That's my guy. DG.
A life changer. Like, that's DG. A life changer.
And what does he talk about? He talks about you have demons in your head.
Yup.
that are trying to get to you. And if you let them get to you, you're going to stay right where you're at. David Goggins is a beast, bro. And honestly, David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me is definitely one of the books that I have, that I definitely recommend.
Yeah.
And I read those. And to be honest, I've seen people read those books and transform their lives.
I had on that mirror over there, it said it. It said accountability. Accountability. On my fucking mirror, shout out David Goggins. That was so,
yeah.
And I had Post-its every day. And I'll look in the mirror and I'll talk to myself. And I say, I read those Post-its of what I want to do and how I want to change it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what people need to do.
Yeah. Can't Hurt Me.
Accountability. So what book do you recommend?
Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins. I also recommend 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. That book changed my life. Just waking up early, not for the fact that waking up early is going to make you feel like a CEO. No, but making you waking up early, that's going to give you a lot more time in your day. That gives you competitive advantage, and you're going to outbeat everybody, right? Because if I'm up at 5 a.m. and I already worked out, and I already, did a whole bunch of stuff. I already had a meeting, and you're waking up at 9 a.m. I'm already winning.
Yeah.
Already I'm winning. So I do it.
4 hours.
Yeah. I do it for the fact of actually devoting yourself time. Right? When I wake up at 5 a.m., I'm able to wake up slow. Most people, when they wake up in the morning, they're rushing. Instagram text messages, You even rush when you brush your teeth. You even rush when you take a shower to
It's insane.
It's insane, right? So I'd rather wake up earlier, devote myself time. I'm able to drink some tea. I'm able to, meditate and be gratitude for what I have. Because again, showing gratitude is definitely key when it comes to having success. And then from there, I go to the gym. After I hit the gym, I already did a whole bunch of stuff. And now it's only 7 o'clock in the morning. Now I go back into my office and I get ready for the day. I may have a call with people overseas teams that I have overseas and stuff like that. But just me waking up earlier allows me to, actually have time for me. Because definitely, trust me, when you're an entrepreneur, you barely have time. And being able to manage your time is definitely key. Another book that I highly recommend is called Deep Work. People say that they're busy, but are you actually productive? So when I want to get deep work in, when I want to get stuff done, I'm talking about I have a whole bunch of stuff for all these different companies that I manage. What do? I turn my phones off. Everything's off. I'm not talking to no one. I'm alone, so I don't even get this, distracted or anything like that. But that deep work allows me to get stuff done in a very short amount of time.
That's a major sacrifice to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like put your phone and it's not like you're an old man and you're 27-year-old man in your prime.
Yeah.
And you're sacrificing. Put these phones down.
Put them down.
Let me work.
Put them down.
Let me get this done.
100%.
Utilize that whole 24. That's why you're successful. Yeah. Because people don't understand how to utilize the whole 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. And to add on to that, when you're trying to change and you want to get into get these different habits in place, it's going to be tough. It's going to be where you actually wake up and you're working till nighttime and then you do it again for a couple of months. That's fine. That's the grind. That's the process. That's grit. And that's what people are not going to put in. And if you put that in, if you're okay with that, or you say, you know what, I'm tired. I'm putting in work, but this right here is going to definitely benefit me in a couple of months. If you have that mindset, you'll definitely win. So I tell people all the time, as long as we show up every day and we at least attempt, we will always win. So
yeah. That's a fact. I'm not even going to lie to you.
As long as we show up.
Shit. I'm not going to lie. You're putting some shit. That's what everyone needs to do. That's how that's how people need to change.
100%.
Like, and I'm from the hood. You from the hood.
Yes, sir.
And we're here.
Yeah.
We're here. We're using this platform to change lives, bro.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud that you're here, bro.
Appreciate that.
I actually feel honored, bro. What?
Anytime,
like,
bro.
Really?
Anytime. Just a regular guy, Dominican, Washington Heights, Harlem area, that saw what we needed and what we still need. And that's my goal. My goal is to bring back to my neighborhood, make sure that kids know what I know now. They don't make the mistakes that I know, that I did. Have families actually build wealth. How many families, actually sit down and have a wealth meeting?
I never even thought about it.
Right. It's things like that. How many families actually sit down and say, you know what? This next year, we're going to buy X amount of properties, or at least let's all collectively work together to buy a property.
You know what's crazy? I want to know how many families actually sit down and eat dinner together nowadays.
That too. They don't. They don't. It's stuff like that are becoming obsolete, but we got to bring it back, right? Because think about a family together breaking bread at dinner, right? Breaking bread at dinner, because to me is holy right there. Like me breaking bread with you, that's holy. And, from there they talk about, you know what? Let's buy stocks. Let's create a Roth IRA. Let's go ahead and get a emergency fund started. Even if we got to pick up a couple extra hours at work, but at least we got an emergency fund that if anything happens, we're at least sort of secure. How do we actually get into buying properties and putting them on Airbnb? Well, let's say it's 4 of us. We got to get up to $30,000. All right, bet. Say less. Let's go ahead and put a deadline. Let's get stuff done. Let's put some automation on it. Now we got a property that is going to benefit all of us. We got people renting. Now we got cash flow coming in. That's one LLC, four different people part of it.
And that's crazy. That's game.
That's game right there.
And that you don't need business partners. You could do that with your family.
Why would you look for a business partner if you got partners right here?
Right.
Why would you look for a business partner elsewhere if your family, that's your trust? Why would you look elsewhere? Build. I tell people you got to build from within.
Right.
Like for example, one of my boys, Martin, shout out to Martin. He's my best friend from college. He's my business partner on all my businesses. Yeah. There's somebody I could trust. There's somebody that I know for a fact I don't need a yes man.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody to just say, yeah, Chris, you're right. I need somebody that's going to tell me, Chris, bro, you bugging out, bro.
Yeah.
You need to do this. So he does that. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
yeah.
Martin?
Yeah, Martin. Shout out Martin.
Shout out Martin, bro. That's insane. Me personally, I never thought about it because I don't know. Like it's just something that people don't do, but it needs to. Now that I think about it, that definitely needs to get done.
Yeah,
people need to sit down and communicate. Communication's key. That's the thing that fails everything and everyone. The lack of communication that is there, and people don't know how to change a situation.
Yeah,
and the main thing about any situation that is messed up is due to communication.
Communication. Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So we're changing lives.
Like,
thank you, Lord, because we're changing lives.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sit down with your family. I said, people. Action item after this podcast. For those that are watching this segment, sit down with your family. Talk about how you guys can build wealth. Do you even know if people in your family are investing?
Right. A lot of people don't even talk about that.
They don't even talk about that. They don't talk about finances. Are we actually investing? I tell people, and those that are close with me, I own a credit repair company. If someone in your family does not have good credit, let me know. I will, trust me, I will do whatever it takes to get that done.
Okay.
Right? Because as a family, we all need to make sure that we have excellent credit, that we are investing long term, that our money is actually working for us, and of course, we're also investing in other businesses that can create wealth. That has to be the criteria for every family. That has to be the checkbox. Good credit, everyone? No? All right. Then, Jenny, what do we got to do to get you, to 700, 750? Is everyone investing? Oh, no. I don't think Carlos is investing yet. All right, Carlos, let's go ahead and create you a Roth IRA. Let's go ahead and get you a brokerage account. That's what needs to happen in our hood. It's not talking about who's the next rapper doing this. No, it needs to be about financial literacy.
That is amazing. I think that's how we're going to end this segment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is crazy.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you.
Anytime.
Like me too, this, I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, you literally, like, we had this going on, but we got so deep into it that I'm just like, wow, yes, all right. So you're dropping gems. Yes. You're dropping love. You're showing 100%. Love. Where can we contact you? Tell the people where can we contact you.
Yes, sir.
List to the people everything that you offer. Like you just said you fix credit.
I fix credit. Yes.
So let's.
Yep. So you can find me on Instagram, Christopher Munoz _ It'll probably be in the description here. You can follow me for a whole bunch of things. You can hit me up about credit. If you need your credit fixed, just drop Chatter Podcast in my DM. I'll definitely give you a discount. Same thing for Level Up Pago. If you want to get into trading, if you want to know how to invest, I got the right tool for you that can empower you to know when to invest with the right conviction and also right confirmation. If you want to learn how to, start your Airbnb business in the Dominican Republic, I got a whole team out there in DR that could definitely get that going. And for those that are trying to get in the entrepreneurial side and you want to have your own credit repair company, I can also do that for you as well. I could mentor you and show you how to get your own business.
Man.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get started.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, my brother.
Likewise, King.
It's an honor for you to be in my home, in this studio setup,
Yes, sir.
And dropping gems, just giving back. I really appreciate that.
Likewise, King.
Thank you.
You already know,
and I would
King.
also like to shake your hand as a man.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Definitely,
All right,
King.
man. Thank you so much, bro.
You bet, King.
Later, guys. Thank
Later.
you for tuning into the Chatterbox podcast.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.